Hi, my name is Kathy Newberg, and I'm doing my presentation on veterans and poverty. First, I'm going to do my PowerPoint presentation, so I'll move out of my way and put my other computer up to the screen. Veterans and Poverty by Kathy Newberg. Some people judge homeless people as being lazy or just self-inflicted. There are so many reasons why they may be homeless. There is always a story behind a case. We as Americans should have an open mind as to why people are homeless instead of judging them. This is a poverty status of the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. You have from 2009 to 2015 of veterans and non-veterans. Total in the labor force. Those who are in poverty and working poor rate. As you can see, that the non-veterans, there is more in poverty than the non-veterans. And they have declined somewhat, but not that much. This is the percentage of homelessness. 11% of the homeless adult population are veterans. 20% of the male homeless populations are veterans. 68% reside in principal cities. 32% reside in suburban rural areas. 51% of individual homeless veterans have disabilities. 50% have serious mental illnesses. 70% have substance abuse problems. 57% are white males compared to 38% of non-veterans. 50% are age 51 or older compared to 19% non-veterans. See, there's always a reason why that there are percentage of homelessness. There's always a side to the story. It's not because they're lazy. The argument is, should veterans receive more benefits than what they are receiving now? I say yes, because if they were receiving enough support financially and getting the medical help that they need, there wouldn't be any veterans that's homeless. Do you think it's all the veterans' fault for homelessness of veterans? I say yes and no. Yes, because discharged men and women should receive the help they need. It is not the government's fault when some veterans don't seek out the help that they need. Those are my sources. I can see both sides of the arguments of the pros and cons of giving discharged veterans more benefits. I learned in my government class that to be able to give the veterans more benefits, they would have to make cuts. It's like robbing Peter to pay Paul. If this is the case, then why isn't these discharged veterans automatically placed into programs to help them adjust to getting back to civilian life? They go from straight out of a high school or leave their job to join the service and fight for our country. And I feel as we should give back to them. I know someone personal that has been out of the service for 2 years. He is struggling to hold down a job and is lucky to have a few hours sleep at night. He is starting to have some symptoms of PTSD. He's having more mood swings, having anxiety, being around a lot of people. There's a lot of symptoms of PTSD which is available underneath the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, and some of them could be nightmares, flashbacks, may see things, hear things that might take them back to that day that they were in war, not having positive feelings about people. They keep themselves extra busy, so then they are not thinking about being in war, sleepless nights, trouble concentrating, standing back when they're in a crowd. Having PTSD can have an impact on veterans trying to get back to civilian life and holding down jobs. And the United States, have spent $2.6 billion on the NASA budget. I mean, why does the NASA budget have to have so much money? It seemed like they could be able to take the percentage of the NASA budget and other budget cuts that are enormous of billions of dollars to help these veterans get back to where they need to be. I mean, they did put their lives on the line and left their loved ones to make sure that we are free, and we're land of the free, land of opportunity. So I think that we should do everything that we can to get these veterans back off the street and get back to our civilian life and do what we can do. Thank you, and that was the end of my presentation.